I'm excited to announce that Xbox One will launch this November in 21 markets around the world at $499 in the US, 499 euros in European markets, and 429 pounds in the UK.
In addition to creating an amazing library of new titles on PlayStation 4, we're equally focused on delivering what gamers want most, without imposing restrictions or devaluing their PS4 purchases. For instance, PlayStation 4 won't impose any new restrictions on the use of PS4 gamers. That's a good thing. We believe in the model that people embrace today with PlayStation 3 and continue to demand. Just heard you there. When a gamer buys a PS4 disc, they have the rights to use that copy of the game. They can trade in the game at retail, sell it to another person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever. In addition, PlayStation 4 disc-based games don't need to be connected online to play. Or for any type of authentication. If you enjoy playing single-player games offline, PS4 won't require you to check in online periodically. And it won't stop working if you haven't authenticated within 24 hours.
I'm very proud to announce that PlayStation 4 will be available at $399. €399, and for the folks in my homeland, 349 pounds sterling. In the US and Europe this holiday season, it's a very compelling price that offers incredible value given the amount of entertainment PS4 will provide to gamers over the next decade and beyond.
But we decided to take a little bit of a different approach because we think it's going to be more flexible for the future. And that's really what Xbox One is all about. It's about, we've kind of looked towards the future and say, this is where the gaming industry is. See, this is where the gaming industry is. I see it in my spirit house. It's where the gaming industry is going, and we want gamers to come with us on this journey, which is going to unlock this amazing potential of these great gaming experiences, as well as flexibility like I just described with the library. So it's one approach, but we decided to take an approach which we think is going to be infinitely more flexible.
Will you change anything about the Xbox One after seeing the Sony conference? If so, what?
I don't really think, we're not going to change anything. I mean, we're very happy with what we've done with Xbox One. We're very happy. Did you see the games on stage at our briefing?
Absolutely.
Did you see the exclusives? I mean, we're really, really proud of the system and the games that are coming out. I mean, when you look at games like Titanfall, have you gone through Titanfall yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah.
Conversation over.
Yep.
We're really happy with what we showed on stage, and as well as what we're showing here in the booth. So I think it's safe to say that we're confident where we're going. We're also confident that gamers are going to love our vision of the future and what we're going to offer for gaming.
Fantastic.
It's a connected console. right?
But it limits it quite a bit.
But it doesn't. It actually doesn't limit it, because the experience that I just described of me giving you a game when you're on the other side, is that limiting? Or the fact that we're a family and you can check games out of the family library,
but
and
if
you don't even need the physical disc anymore. Is that limiting?
No, not. But you're building the infrastructure in order to allow DRM. So you say only at participating.
This isn't about.
Okay, next question. All right. Well, that was a really important question. Okay, one final question here is, so what about for users who just don't want to, have this DRM and be forced to buy the Kinect and different?
I know, but looking at the benefits of the family. Do you not care about that? The fact
I do care about that, but okay, here's what I care about. Some fans for Peru walked up to me and said, "Joe, we love your show, man. Oh, big fans." And we're Xbox guys. You saw the Peru guys? Well, the Xbox One is not being released in the Peru region, so it's going to be region locked.
Perhaps not right away. Okay, if you remember when we launched the 360, it was a regional rollout. We did different regions. We certainly want to give Xbox One to as many people as want them, but there's a lot of things we have to do first to make sure that we're in local compliance with the laws, we have the right gaming.
Right, which in the the European Union, they actually have a law that says that publishers cannot dictate to you that you cannot resell your game. How do you get around that?
I'm not familiar with the law.
You're not familiar with it? I was just told that. I don't know for certain on that. Somebody told me that. So
are you a lawyer?
No, I'm not a lawyer.
I don't think we should be talking about that.
Okay, all right, fine. We'll move on. You guys also have the option to disable. I know it's very simple to disable the 24-hour check-in and the.
Do you? Are you on the development team?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so I think that's a little bold of you to say it's simple.
Well, I'm pretty sure that you guys you're building the infrastructure. Okay, they did say that it's you leave it up to the publishers. Let's use, for example, The Witcher, CD Projekt Red, who's not really into DRM, right? Can they choose, for example, to say, well, we don't want any DRM on our games. You can do used games. You can give your games to your friends unlimited amount, not just once. Or will you guys impose the restriction of only lending that game once?
We want to do what developers and publishers want to do, and if that's something they're interested in doing, then we'll certainly work with them to make sure that they get success.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's a step in the right direction. So if a publisher says, we don't want to do any DRM.
We're actually really happy about where we're going with Xbox One, because you have to think of it this way. Xbox One is the future. Mm-hmm. We talked about the cloud and computing, Kinect, and all these.
Yes, I know. Eventually, we're going there.
We're going there. Do you want to come to the future with me, Joe?
I do want to come to the
good.
future, but okay.
Hey guys, it is Noremac here with my friend Gamefro.
What up?
We're not happy. We're not happy at all. We're smiling, but we're not happy. So, what we're going to talk about in this Norecast, I guess you could say, is the Xbox One. And some news have come up today. What is it? June the 19th. June 19th. It was announced that the Xbox One's policies have been changed. Now, as far as what has been changed is the bad things that people absolutely hated about the Xbox One and stuff that had never should have been in place for the Xbox One. For example, 24-hour online checks, meaning you have to be online at least once every 24 hours to play a game. You want to name some other stuff?
What was it? There was the trading games to your friends. That was not allowed. Well, it was allowed if they were on your friends list for 30 days, but that seems to have gone now. It's back to the way it is now. I can trade my games to whoever I want. Everything's
Basically back to normal. So everything, I'm not sure if you guys have been reading online about, all these things about the Xbox Ones that's not good, because Microsoft had never formally came out at a press conference or anything to talk about DRM and all that stuff. They didn't do it at the reveal, they didn't do it at E3, and that was stuff people wanted to know, but all had to find out on the internet. A lot of people don't have access to the internet, or just don't read stuff on the internet. They just go by what they hear from the men themselves, Microsoft. Basically, if you guys didn't know anything about the Xbox One as far as the bad things and what people are talking about, basically everything's back to normal. You don't even have to worry about anything. Just think of it as the Xbox 360 now, or PS4. I mean, everything's just normal.
One feature I am kind of upset they are getting rid of and squashed is previously you were able to load your game onto your system, and if that disc wasn't in your tray, you could still boot that game up and play it. No longer the case, as they have squashed that now. They've said on joystick earlier, you will be required to have the disc in the tray now.
I mean, which is normal, but at the same time, that was a cool feature that they introduced.
And we can't find a workaround for it, I would think.
I don't know. I mean, here's our thoughts about this change that Microsoft has done. They announced the X1. Don't talk about the press conference about DRM and all the bullcrap that went along with it. You have to read all that stuff on the internet. And, you know, people are going to be knowledgeable about it. Some people are not going to be knowledgeable about it. And then all of a sudden, after everybody's giving them crap about it, and Sony kills them at E3, literally.
Pre-orders are killing them too, 9-1.
And, you know, people always questioning them about this, and this. You know, all the bad things that seem negative about the X1, they are always questioned about. They decide to change it after that. It's like, that shit had never been in the first place. And it bothers me that they now decide to change it. I mean, what they needed was change anyway. But something about it's just like, that's not right.
I agree, because they're changing it due to horrible fan feedback when it seems like they didn't try to scout this problem out before that happened. You know, you think they would have consulted with people before they implemented such a system and asked them, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? What do you think of this? Before saying, here's our new console and it does this, and pissing people off. You know, like, they didn't, it just seems like they did not do their homework like Sony did. Sony contacted developers, gamers, pretty much everybody under the sun that has something to do with a video game, and said, what do you need this console to do for you to like it? You know, and Microsoft, it seems, did not do that at all.
And didn't you also mention about how Sony could have something in place?
Yeah, in my opinion, you know, Sony very well could have had something like this in place, but, you know, over the past few months, this feedback, you know, they've realized this isn't the way to go. We're not implementing this. So we saw that Microsoft messed up. And in my opinion, there was something like this, because there's been talks about it for a long time. Sony just needed to wait a couple months to see what the reaction was to it, to be able to tell people, no, we're good.
And I do feel like Sony had everything planned out, because PS4 has been in development since 2007. They've been taking baby steps. They've been doing their homework. They know what they're doing. I feel like that they know the gaming industry better than Microsoft, especially Microsoft.
Well, it just doesn't seem like Microsoft is trying to help the industry in any way. I understand developers wanted them to implement this DRM, but who cares if no one's playing your game? You know what I mean? If you don't have gamers to play that game that has this DRM, then you're not going to sell copies, and it doesn't matter if it has DRM because no one's playing it.
I feel like the X1 was definitely rushed.
As do I.
And then the PS4, I mean, it's, like I said, it's been taking baby steps. I mean, it's been in development since 2007, a year after the PS3 came out. So, I mean, I can't really say the PS4 is rushed for sure. I feel like it's ready, for sure.
I think it's ready. Another push that I think kind of this could be me talking out of my ass, but I was at a GameStop earlier and I asked them about how about their computer system with the trading used games things, and they said, the manager told me, he said, to tell you the truth, I don't even want to sell the Xbox One. This was before the news came out today. And he said, I don't even want to sell it because we don't even know how it's going to work yet. We might have to get new computer systems to even be tied into Microsoft's network so we can wipe it from your consoles. The way he explained it, it sounds like a huge headache, and it just sounds like Microsoft just now was trying to figure that out. They put the system in place and are trying to figure it out just a few months before the release. So they said, we can't do this.
They didn't know what they were doing.
That's it.
They were just doing stuff.
Doing stuff that the developers wanted them to do and told them to do. And
I understand developers wanting this, but I have not seen even one developer come out and say, yes, we're glad Microsoft's done this and this. The ones that have came out was like, well, we're not big fans of it, but I mean, we're not gonna use it.
No,
So another thing I was gonna mention, I forgot. GameStop came out and made a statement like a few days ago saying how they took the X1 out of their system as far as pre-orders. Like, why? And I'm thinking it's because of this policy change. It's possible that's the change, but also they're actually going to have a new SKUs for the X1s that you'll be able to pre-order probably tomorrow, in the coming days, coming weeks, whatever. And they're not going to be the day one edition, so that could be the reason they probably ran out of pre-orders of the day one edition. And yeah, and just letting you guys know, I do have the X1 pre-ordered, so with my PS4. PS4 I only have 133 to pay off. X1 I have 400. So I'm not paying that off anytime soon. It is a much better console now. It's cool, I guess. I'm not a big fan of the games they're bringing to it. So it's just like, it's all about the games. They showed off games at E3, but, you know, with me coming from Sony, the franchises I'm used to, you know, the new Sony IPs, and looking at, comparing it to Microsoft's just like, okay. I don't know. There's a few, but
then I mean, even hearing that, you know, Titanfall could come to PlayStation 4. I mean,
like,
so
wow, their big juggernaut game
Yeah.
they say to the end of E3 could come to the PS4.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
it didn't look like anything groundbreaking. I mean, there's 2 problems I have with the X1. No, 3. The price, $500 is still freaking hefty for what the hell it is. 2, you still have to have the Kinect that comes with the Xbox connected no matter what for the thing to freaking work, apparently, which is stupid. And also, if they took the Kinect out, that thing could be $400. It doesn't need Kinect, and not a lot of people want Kinect, so they're forced to have it and worry about if they're being spied on in any shape or form. So it could be recording voice or recording video. Of course, there's that easy method, put a towel over it or turn it around, but it can still hear you. I don't know what you're gonna do about that, but I don't mind it that much, just me personally, but you know, that's a big issue. And then the third thing, there's only one thing that with this policy change that is kind of troublesome. You have to have an internet connection to set up your X1. At least that's what was said in the IGN article I read. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work.
Because you'll have to register your console, I believe, with Microsoft.
I heard there's a day one patch that actually reverses all that crap that we heard about today, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. So
whoa, so it's still there. It
still
just needs to be fixed.
Yep.
Wowzers. Man, that's rough. I don't know, man. Like, I was going to say something about something, but something, I don't know.
Well, I don't have much else to say, Seb. Sony, PS4. Yeah.
Oh, another reason why Microsoft decided to switch their things
because they got shit on at E3.
Well, and the military is extremely unhappy with Microsoft.
I read about that.
As of yesterday, nobody in the military is allowed to have an Xbox One because it listens at all times. Because these people that are deployed on long deployments, they're allowed to take your PlayStation and your Xbox, but that 24-hour internet connection, it has to ping once every 24 hours to see if you have the connection. So, no dice, and the fact that it's listening all the time. Chances are it's not a freaking monitoring device, but when you tell the military that your soldiers have boxes in their rooms that are fucking recording everything they say almost, they're not going to like that. So, that could be a big deal too. So, I mean, I know no one in the military has an Xbox One pre-order. I know it because they're not allowed to.
They're not allowed to.
They're not allowed to have it.
I mean, even with this policy change, maybe. It's a maybe now.
It's a maybe now if there's a way to, if they can somehow down the line figure a way to get the Kinect off there and still work.
Military edition Xbox One. Kinect not included.
Yeah. there needs to be a patch that lets you take that Kinect off because
that's unnecessary.
Because seriously, so few people use Kinect anyways.
Yeah.
For gaming at that. I would say Kinect is probably used for more shit besides gaming than anything else.
I don't even use it, and I own one. Period.
I mean, it's pointless, and they're pretty much cramming it down your throat saying you have to have this.
Because you guys aren't going to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I wonder if you could get a replacement Kinect if something happens to that one.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be funny if that cord is connected straight to the Xbox. You can't even disconnect it, period.
Like a hardwired controller.
That'd be crazy. I don't think it's going to be like that.
That would be hilarious.
I don't think it's going to be like that. But still. Anyway, any last minute thoughts? I think this is going to actually be a pretty short video. A first NoremacTV short video, surprisingly.
I'll say, good job, Microsoft, for manning up and realizing you were wrong. You were wrong. But you should have never put such a system in place because that in no way benefits gamers or the gaming industry. So thank you for what you've done and are doing, and I hope things get better for you, which they already are. I know they are. Pre-orders are skyrocketing again.
Yeah.
So
Sony.
I mean, who knows? This all could have just been some marketing thing to piss people off and then make them happy. It could have just been part of Microsoft's hype machine. Who knows?
Oh my gosh. It's like a big machine at Microsoft, the hype machine.
And it just keeps printing out things for them to do. Go troll Wii U lines at Best Buy. Do this, do that.
I just hate how you got the big Microsoft people doing interviews. Do you watch Angry Joe?
Mm-mm.
He had an interview with Major Nelson. My God. I mean, towards the end, Major Nelson just took the mic from him. I'm about to show you. No, load up that video. But one thing I'm going to say is like, wait, what was I going to say? I want to say Microsoft's were pussies. I want to say that for one. Shit, I forgot. But good job, I guess. I'm getting it. Reason why I'm getting it is for those exclusives, so I don't miss out, for one, and two, so I can make fun of the system, so you guys won't be like, hey, you don't even have an Xbox One, shut up, you can't talk. Well, I have one, so shut up, I can say if it's bad, which I'm gonna be completely honest with, with you guys when it comes to Xbox One related stuff. Oh goodness, I'm not sure if you guys can see that.
Please don't think in any way that we are trying to hype up the Wii U. That's just funny.
Oh goodness.
That's just funny.
Anyway, we're Sony fanboys, but I have an Xbox 360. I've owned one for a long time, and I could see its faults for the longest time. It was great at first for me, 2007, 2008, and after that, it just went to hell. They did no justice with the X1, with the announcement, and all the crap that went along with it. Now they're trying to make up for it. I don't know what else to say. I feel like we're just rambling on now. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. If I have more to say, I may bring it up in a vlog if I ever make one again. I know I've not made one for the longest time, but I have a new intro. Should have been part of this.
Lazy gamer.
And an outro, so they're pretty awesome, so you guys can check that out if you guys have been subscribed. But if you're not subscribed, please subscribe for more game-related content I post on my channel. Give this video a thumbs up or thumbs down if you like the video or not. And if you guys have any opinions about our opinions or just opinions in general, put them down. Put them down below.
Let's have a conversation. We'll chat.
Yep, we'll definitely chat. Yep. So I gotta go deal with people, and about this X1 situation. They're gonna say, "What do you think about this?" And I gotta, tell people about it. It's like, well, the X1 got slightly better, but still $500, still kind of crappy. Still looks like a giant VCR. Yep. Yeah. So we're gonna leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and Noremac and Gamefro
Out. Later.
see what you can do.
Hell yeah, I like this shit. Let me get a verse on this. I'm about to kill this.
Nah, just me, Noremac, and Z.
Come on, man. Us four on the track. I mean, the world's been waiting on some Switch City. I'm trying to give them what they want.
Nah, Switch, not this time, man.
No, I'm being on this track. I don't care what you say.
Get away from the mic, kid.
No.
Get away, move back.
Get that, man. Hey.
Hades awake, face me, coward. Hades awake, prepare to jump. Hades awake.
Yeah, you know we gon' fuck cause we some all-stars like
Hades awake, face me, coward. Hades awake, now you will feel Hades awake.
I don't think you want more from the God of War. Okay, you know what you with Sony. Gotta admit they be the homies. Slice and dice and leave you lonely. I be killing all these phonies. Level 1 gon' make them run. Level 2 do what it do. Level 3 make them all see that I'm a giant on the beat. With my blade of Olympus, homeboy ain't no dodging me. When we on that stock battle, Noremac know just what it be. Hold up, ain't no touching me. When they see me in the game, they be like, stop, man, please. All up in this game, cocky like, oh, he ain't killing me. Till I'm with my boys switching, oh yeah, they gon' get the DDP. See, we are the greatest in the world. Yeah, the boys stay clean, so the flow stays sterile.
Noremac on the track, word to Jalon. He says he's a prince, but now he is gone. Krell's out on the stage with the deadly blaze, tearing up all the enemies in his way. Blood on the floor, what can you say? We're gonna need ambulances today. Once a man, now a god. He'll come up to you and tear your head right off. PlayStation power is all he needs to be the all-star he's supposed to be. But when his meter's up to level 1, there's one thing he says to everyone. You already know that.
Hades awake, face me, coward. Hades awake, prepare to jump. Hades awake.
Yeah, you know we gon' fuck cause we some all-stars like
Hades awake, face me, coward.
Yeah.
Hades awake, now
Noremac, I got you.
I
don't think you want more from the God of War.
Okay, I do it for the gods and the goddesses, we poppin' it. Then when I unleash my wrath, y'all know ain't no stopping it. They standing in my way, then they bodies, man, I'm dropping them. I'm killing all these mortals, man, it never be the opposite. Take over Olympus, knocking Zeus up on the ground. Ares is just scary and I can make Poseidon drown. And Hera, I ain't worried, she can go and pass away, but all I gotta say to him is Hades away. I'm the best to ever do this, you losers is just the newest. I hit you and leave you clueless, you're foolish and now you're toothless. The God of War, man, I'm ruthless, you knew this ain't nothing new trick. I'm flyer than the messenger, man, Hermes can't even do this. When I hit that level 3, man, these busters know I'm a beast. If I kill you at level 1, you ain't competition, you feast. I'ma have them all screaming and yelling like it's an opera, cause they get a little spooky when they see the ghost of Sparta.
Hades awake, face me, coward. Hades awake, prepare to jump. Hades awake.
Yeah, you know we gon' fuck cause we some all-stars like
Hades awake, face me, coward. Hades awake, now you will feel Hades awake.
I don't think you want more from the God of War.
Is this when my verse starts?